She stared at me from across the kitchen table, her voice thick with mockery as she asked, "So, you finally want a divorce?" The question wasn't really a question at all, it was a jab, a dismissal of the years I had spent trying to salvage a marriage that had been quietly crumbling. The smug look on her face, the casual tilt of her body, and the dare in her expression ignited something in me. I thought back to the early years when everything felt effortless. We would stay up until dawn talking about our future, believing we were partners in every sense. But as time passed, the warmth faded. Arguments grew sharper, the silences stretched, and trust slowly dissolved under the weight of neglect and half-hearted apologies. Instead of responding right away, I let the moment breathe. I had learned over time that restraint often held more power than an instant reaction. I had tried in every way I could, softly, firmly, hopefully, to reconnect with her. And now, when I had finally gathered the strength to choose myself, she treated it like a punchline. She searched my face expecting me to break, anger, tears, guilt, anything. But all she found was certainty. In that moment, I had finally stripped away every illusion I'd clung to. I saw her clearly, and for the first time in years I felt free. I still remember my answer, calm and steady, "Yes, I do want a divorce. And this time it's for my peace." Her smile faltered just a little. It was the first sign that she understood something had shifted, that her games no longer worked. The weeks that followed felt surreal. She pretended as though nothing had changed, sliding back into old routines as if she could reset everything by acting familiar. The divorce papers waited on my desk, ready but untouched. I didn't rush. I needed time, not for doubt but for understanding, healing, rebuilding. That year became a turning point. I refocused my energy on myself, physically, mentally, emotionally. I pushed myself at the gym, picked up new skills, explored opportunities one had once shoved aside, and surrounded myself with people who added to my life rather than drained it. Every milestone was a quiet reminder of who I was becoming, a version of myself she never believed I could be. I remember seeing her at a mutual friends gathering. She barely recognized me. My posture was different, my confidence evident, my presence grounded. I offered a polite smile, but inside I felt something like victory, not over her but over the person I used to be. She saw a man she no longer understood. A man who didn't need her approval or affection to feel whole. It wasn't just about appearance. I'd rebuilt my boundaries, my standards, and my sense of worth. I no longer accepted manipulation or subtle digs. I realized that love without respect is empty, and real respect starts with oneself. She had stretched my patience for years, assuming I would bend forever. But that year taught me how to stand tall. When the divorce was finally finalized, I didn't walk into the courthouse wounded. I walked in renewed. The pain was still there, but it no longer controlled me. And I knew she saw that too. My growth stood as a mirror to her own choices. The day she truly noticed the change wasn't dramatic. No arguments, no emotional scenes. Just a silent recognition in her eyes as she looked at me, the awareness of a transformation she never expected. Regret flickered briefly, mixed with something like disbelief. I didn't approach her. I didn't need to. My presence said more than any conversation could. Friends commented on my progress, on the shift in my energy, while she lingered nearby in uncomfortable quiet. All the things she once mocked had become the foundation of the person standing before her. Her ridicule had sparked a transformation she never meant to ignite. When we eventually exchanged a few polite words, it was distant, clean, final. No longing. No unresolved tension. Just the truth laid bare. I had outgrown the version of myself she tried to define. And for the first time I felt complete closure. I didn't need explanations or apologies. My life now rested on self-respect, resilience, and the lessons carved out of pain. Sometimes the cruelest words from someone we love end up becoming the fuel for our greatest evolution. I had walked through hurt, humiliation, and emotional strain, but I stepped out of it stronger, grounded, and unshaken. She became nothing more than a witness to my rise. The mockery that once cut deeply became the spark that pushed me toward the life I was meant to build. A life shaped not by her expectations, but by my own strength, clarity, and determination.